So a client walked in today. Of course, by the time this video drops, it's been about 2 weeks or more. So a client walked in today and asked me two questions. They asked me, when does a monitor go as bad? Well, yeah, they can go bad. It just is unusual for them to go bad. And so they had asked about this cloudy haze that has appeared in the center of their monitor. Yeah, at that point, yeah, it's gone bad, and that will only get worse. Of course, we've all seen broke LCD screens before, where the screen flickers and the image is just destroyed. But yeah, just from wear and tear. Yeah, the cloudiness or driving the mouse here, you'll see the edges are starting to come towards the center, or you can't quite read the date and time at the bottom. Those are usually the indications that a monitor is dying, a slow and painful death to be exact. And monitors are cheap now. I say that like $100 is cheap, but for the most part, monitors are cheap. The thing you have to worry about on monitors, and I will have to grab some examples for this, so let me pause this and let me grab some cables for you. Alright, so I'm back. I had to grab some cables for you. So if it's time to replace the monitor on your computer, ironically, I tell them at this day and age, it's just more cost effective to go buy a TV, and that kind of strikes people as off guard because TVs are cheap. And then, of course, you could use it for multiple purposes, but TVs are cheap. But if you want a monitor for your computer, you know, bigger is nicer, you know, 24, 27, 32 inch, you know, for those who are visually impaired like myself. So monitors are really nice to have. What you have to look for, though, is look at the back of your monitor and see what cord you have. So if you have a blue cord, that's VGA or sub D, sub D is what they're now transitioning over. So you have to make sure the back of your new monitor has the appropriate connection. And so this is VGA. Sometimes you will see white, which is DVI. There is also a DVI-INV, and that has to do with the pin configuration. So best thing to go do if you're going to look for a monitor, take a picture of your pin configuration on DVI, because there is a difference. And this particular one has all 25 pins in it. No, 8, 9, 9. Yeah, so the pin configuration is what's important. But most monitors really don't care because they have all the pins open. But just be aware that if you have white, there is different pin configurations there. Again, if you can't see it, just type in DVI cable on Google and then click images, and it'll show you the different pin configurations. And then going back to TVs, HDMI, and this is why I was mentioning the HDMI, because TVs are sometimes cheaper than monitors. Plus you get built-in sound. So with that, you know, they have their own independent volume controls for the TVs, so you don't have to worry about controlling the volume through your computer. And so it's really nice in that regards. And then, like I said, if you really want to go big, you can go that 65-inch TV and hook up your computer to an HDMI cord, and there you go. The new trend in computers is, of course, not only the HDMI, but display ports. Now, display ports, this is a mini. They do make a bigger one that's like an HDMI, but where an HDMI is rounded on both sides, display ports are only rounded on one side. I don't have any cords like that to show you, or I would. Again, you can Google display cord or display port cords and click images, and it'll show you images of them. So yeah, be aware of the needed connection to make your computer work with your monitor. Now, laptops, kind of the same way. Look on the side. Most modern laptops are now HDMI or DisplayPort. Older ones will have VGA or DVI. And the nice thing about a laptop is, you know, you can hook it up to your TV and stream to your TV, Netflix, Hulu, whatever favorite service you're doing. The other thing too is, and I'm going to bring this one up because this is an alternative. So this is a USB to VGA. So, and if you have a new enough laptop that doesn't have display connectors on the side, you can go with this, and this is not cheap. This is like $50. But you can plug it into a USB 3 port and then connect your video cord to it. Like I said, in this case, it's blue for VGA, but you can get them white or HDMI. You know, again, display port to HDMI, same concept. But this way you can hook it up through a USB port and it works just as well. So your laptop has either an additional monitor or hooking it up to your TV for streaming. So anyways, like I said, when replacing your monitors, look at your connections to see what you need, and then go buy the monitor that has that connection. And then the other things you want, like if you want size, you know, VGA and DVI, you're not going to get 4K resolutions out of those. Sorry, those are going to be strictly HDMI and display ports. But if you can get a TV or a monitor, you know, that could do 720 or 1080 or even less if you have to. Again, those connections are important. Make sure you're looking at the connection cord and then matching it to the monitor you want. Easiest way to do that. TVs, some of the TVs, a couple of years back, I don't know if they still do it, but some of the TVs do have VGA connections on the back of the TV and DVI. So again, something to look at too if you're wanting to go with a TV to replace your monitor. Look at those connections. If it says sub D or VGA, that's the blue. DVI is white. HDMI, obviously, all TVs have HDMI. So that's my hint and tip on how to replace your monitor. Like I said, it's really going to come down to what you need for you. I hear everyone talking about 8K and 4K and 2K. If it's important to you, great. To me, it's not important to me as long as I can see. And for that aspect, you know, if I wanted a 65-inch monitor with an HDMI cord, that would work. And, you know, if you want to do that too, you can. But yeah, if your monitor is going bad, or if it's time to replace monitor, or you're looking to upgrade, that's the time. That's what you do. That's the first thing you look for, is what cord you need, or what port do you need to go with your computer. So anyways, if you found this useful, like, share, and subscribe, you know, up here. Always tell them that. And I know if you don't have a Google account, you can't subscribe, but there's Facebook. Go over there and like our page, and you'll get updates that way too. And then you can click the link on those to take you over to YouTube. Questions? Yeah, there's our number. Give us a call. There's our address. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. How to replace your monitor. Well, what you should look for in replacing your monitor. So you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later.